We're here at the Hamptons International Film Festival speaking with
Yety Akinola. I am producer and costume designer of the incredible Sensational Fiancee of Seyi Ajayi.
Oh, wow, what a title. Where'd that title come from? And tell me about it. Yeah.
It's a mouthful. So essentially, the short that we did, because we're part of the Women in TV and Film, we're part of that block. It's proof of concept for a feature. And it's based essentially around a man who, like many in African culture, is doing certain dodgy things on the side. And the full process, like the full concept of the series, is actually based on 3 amazing women. And so for the short, we focused on one amazing woman who's one of the fiancés, and Seyi Ajayi, or Chief Seyi Ajayi, once you watch the film. It centers around him and all of his essentially dodgy dealings. But it is about women and coming together and feminism and, trumping over the patriarchy, and especially with traditional African, West, East African. It's a very Pan-African story.
Yeah.
The narrative there is very men-focused, so it was just really great to focus on the women for once. And so 90% of the film is all ladies.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
How has your experience been working with New York Women in Film and Television? Have you found there to be good things from that program that have helped you in your journey, in your career?
Yeah, so we were actually really lucky. They supported us because they did an interview with us when we were going through pre-production, when we were trying to raise money, and so that was amazing. We were part of their podcast, and we had a great episode where we were able to talk about the cause and what we were doing, how we're trying to raise money, trying to really show a different side of African film and Nollywood in particular. And so that's been amazing.
Okay. And
actually through our affiliations with other festivals, because we were at Holly Shorts in LA, we were in South Africa, that's how actually we were incorporated into the block.
Well, shout out Holly Shorts, Theo and Daniel. Very old friends of the outlet, so it's cool to hear them come up in conversation with the film. So tell me a little bit about the subject matter. What can audiences, how can they be attracted to the film? What would they experience when they watch it?
So the first thing I would say about our film is that it is bold and it's in your face, like literally. So the whole premise was doing something that hasn't really been done with African cinema when it comes to the intricacies and the bold brightness of black excellence. So we have a very Wes Anderson set design and costume design. So all the sets are completely built, all the costumes, specific colours that relate to lots of typical things in African history and African culture. So straight away it's something very different visually from anything that anyone's ever seen. So the story itself is true, it's happened, the story been told before. A guy is cheating on his girlfriend or cheating on his fiancée. But the way we tell it and through the visuals and creating that extra little tone in terms of the narrative of the history, that I think is something that's different. So people often come and they're surprised, one, by the visuals and then how funny it is. I think often sometimes when it comes to African narratives, which is also very important, but they're often quite traumatizing. They're quite sad and they talk about very serious subject matters. And we are that, like African and black people are about those difficult things. We're also about happiness and joy and comedy and dramedy and being over the top. And so I think it's just nice to have a bit of a fresh or something new. And for some people it's a little bit too soon and a bit too much, but for most people we've had great response, and it's been something really exciting and something new that people are willing to embrace. So that's been great.
Well, I'm glad to hear that people are embracing it and that it is being well received by audiences that have seen it. Where can people go to find out more about the film?
Okay, so we are on Instagram at The Incredible Short Film. We also have our website, so it's www.seawayproduction.com/The Incredible Short Film. And as well as here, after this, we're going to be at Mill Valley. We're going to the New Orleans Film Festival. I think that's the following week after that. We were just in Cape Town, South Africa, the same week, where we won Best Narrative Film, Best Costume Design, also do costume design, and Best Production Design. And really exciting news, I think this will technically be a
announcement? A reveal?
A reveal.
Yes.
We're officially signed a shopping agreement to develop it into a feature.
Let's go.
So which is really, really exciting. It's been like 3 years in the running.
Yeah.
I won't give too much away, but hopefully within the next year we'll have the fully fledged feature, and then hopefully then we'll go into the series from there.
Wow, home run. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome to hear, and I'm glad that you gave that reveal here in the Hamptons, and you have quite a busy schedule ahead of you. So we hope that you have safe travels, and you enjoy your time here in the Hamptons.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.